Morocco, 9 years ago, and we said to ourselves, this is how we want to live. We want to live simple. We want to live, we want to live from the heart.
Yeah.
And what did we experience in Morocco? The living room was the biggest room in the house.
Yeah.
And they did tea time every day. They focused on family more than they focused on anything else. Of course, they worked, but their main core goal was being together.
So close.
Being together and living from that space,
Right.
and being able to live basic, from the basics, like back to the basics. Small bedrooms, big living room.
What about all that?
I remember when we went to visit that culture and we said, this is what we want for our lives.
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful for the kids.
yeah, just
I'm
basic.
listening.
And so we're reflecting because we have lived on an island for 2 years, almost a year and a half, and we've had to scale back to the basics, and we've really walked that out. We've really been living that way, and it's been hard, but it's been so good, and we're grateful, and now we see what back to the basics means.
Yeah.
Right?
Keep going straight. Hey,
Friends,
what's
what's
up?
up?
How's it going?
Lots of reflection happening over here. Celebrated 15 years of marriage.
Big deal.
Wild, such
Big
a big
deal.
deal. Lots of high fives that day.
Yeah. So this is love. So this is what makes
Can I come out?
life divine.
Wow, 15 years later and we are still going strong, closer than ever, still BFFs in love, with so much ahead of us. I can't help but feel like these first 15 years of marriage have been refinement and preparation for this. I choose you every day, my love, for all my days. Thank you for all your love, all these years. We are only getting started. I love you, love, wife. Oh, thank you. Thank you, baby. I love this car.
No, open it.
Happy Valenversary to the love of my life. 15 years, wow. Can you believe it? I am beyond thankful for you, my love. My life would lack color without you, like an old black and white movie. Oh, you are my bright and beautiful.
18 years together.
18 years
18
together.
years.
15 years married, happily married, grateful to be married. We also are coming up on our 2-year anniversary. And also the tail end of like a 5-year deep, what would you call it, babe?
The most popular word nowadays would be deconstruction, reconstruction. Just maturing, just developing, growing.
We took a pause
Yeah.
for 5 years from, what do we take a pause from? How do we articulate
From
it?
ministry. We were
Yeah.
in full-time
Yeah.
ministry.
Yeah.
We were in vocational ministry, Christian ministry, and it was an amazing time.
Yep.
But it was just time for something different. We didn't fully know what that different thing would be. We've just always loved people. We've always loved helping people, bringing out the best in people,
Yep.
helping people in
Heal,
different
yeah.
walks of life.
Yep.
But we took a big pause on doing that to just focus on family, focus on like learning about business stuff. Always knowing that a time will come where we'll be more intentional about helping people on a bigger scale again,
Yeah.
but in a healthy way, no burnout, none of that stuff. And so, yeah, you know, one of the core things we were saying, that reflecting on 15 years of being married, was that we always wanted to be close as a family. We wanted to spend a lot of time together with our children.
Yeah.
We wanted to travel with our
Homeschool.
children. We wanted to homeschool. We wanted to influence our children, especially in the beginning years, personally.
Meaning we wanted to just be with them and really be together as a family and drink in deeply the moments of being with our kids, like just them being young. And these past 5 years have really given us the opportunity to do that. Flexibility, we have time freedom. It's been a kind of
not
a
without
season
its
of
struggle.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a season of just really, what do we want? Why do we want it? What are we doing? What's our big picture goal in life, on the earth, as a family? How do we want to live financially? What do we want our health to look like and feel like? Our homeschool experience for our kids, our family, what's our family culture, all of those kind of things. Also healing, though. Like, I don't want to take away from that. Also healing. We walk through a lot of healing ourselves. I lost my mom, and little did we know that we would be living on an island after and in between going through that. Like, we just never, so many people that we've met, that we've talked to about Hawaii, they're like, oh, it was my life goal to live there. I always wanted to live there, and we never had Hawaii ever,
No.
literally. Not even on our, like, we want to visit Hawaii, we want to go see Hawaii, we want to check it out. Like, we never had it on our radar at all.
But we've always prayed a prayer that we always wanted freedom, and we always wanted to have an intimate relationship with God and with each other. And that we've always prayed. We've never prayed to live in Maui or thought of it.
Yeah.
And it's like those things become byproducts of a greater desire, of a healthier, more appropriate, more satisfying desire when fulfilled, and that is connection with God, which is one of the big things we were saying in reflection of 15 years in marriage. Is we've grown closer, meaning the trials that we faced, that you faced, that we will face in the future, we found that we can overcome anything if we stay connected to aware of our union with God. And then therefore we fight from connection for connection with each other. And that's really what's helped big time to sustain us over the last 15 years, pioneering things, doing things that are unusual to us, you know, staying in Maui, raising girls.
We always knew our core beliefs, I think is what you're trying to say too. It's like we always knew what we wanted. I remember saying to you back in the day, like, I don't need a big house. I just want a family that's close, kids that are good friends. I want our marriage to be close. I want to feel deeply connected. I don't need this big mansion where everybody's kind of on their own wing of the house and nobody really hangs out and everybody's got their own TV. Like, I never desired that. And
What did you desire?
I desired just simple, back to the basics, like rich, like wholehearted, deep, connected, intimate, authentic life together as a family, and then that overflowing to our relationship with our family and with our friends and community and in our homeschooling and our health, everything being an overflow of that. And so
I'm laughing
Yeah.
because I was thinking I could probably use my own wing of the house sometimes, being in a house with
for
four
sure,
women.
For sure. When we moved to Maui, we knew it was going to be a bit of a sacrifice because we had lived in a 2,200 square foot.
I don't know. It was bigger than where we live now.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
2,200 square foot house, 2-story. We went to be with my mom for 3 weeks while she was battling the sickness that she had in Arizona. I'm so thankful for that time. And then we were able to transition back to Florida, and we lived in another over 2,000 square foot to then move to Maui. When we made the decision to move to Maui and had the invitation to come here, we knew that we would be living in a under 1,000 square foot hana, which is called like a guest house. It also
Cottage.
means family. We knew it was going to be a transition. You know, the kids would have to be in a smaller space together, and we would also have to figure that out, both of us working from home. And so we knew it would be like a season and a time of transition to go back to the basics, but it felt kind of like a full circle moment for us. When we went to Morocco back in the day, however many years ago that was before we got pregnant with Summer. Yeah, 10 years ago. Experienced the culture there through friends who are dear friends. Saw how their culture lived, which was huge living room.
Yeah.
With
No
seats.
TV.
Yeah, no TV. Seats, like benches all around the living room. Cushioned benches, huge room.
Yeah.
And all the other rooms were like very small. It helped us to see was their main, what they lived for was to be together. Every day was tea time, you know, meals together all day long. Just not that they didn't work, but they did life together, and that was their main focus. Leaving that trip, and we talked and we're like, that's what we want. We want that. We want our home to be that. So I say all that to say, when we transitioned to Maui, we knew it would be a sacrifice in terms of having to kind of scale back and go back to the basics unto a next season that I think we're stepping into soon, of, you know, stepping kind of back out and a bigger space. But we had to scale back for a season, and we said yes to that. Not that this is the same for everybody, but it was a season for us where we had to really come back to the basics. And we had to really say, okay, we're going to have to scale back, and we're willing to do that so that things can be healthy, strong, aligned. And we've done that now, and it's been almost 2 years. It's been a year and a half that we've lived here, 2 years since we've visited. We've done that, and what would you say that experience has been?
I mean, it's been a mix of emotions. It's experienced every emotion, every ups, downs, lefts, rights, inside outs. Like it's been rich. I think it's been very rich. Like the land here, it's very rich, you know, the beauty. But I was just thinking while you were talking, it's like we had to scale back on the outside so that we can scale up on the inside. Just how much beauty there is on the inside of you and me and her and everyone around us. How much more there is on the inside of all of us that gets crowded by the outside stuff that was, you know, it says in scripture that everything that is seen was created by what is unseen. Fascinating. You think of anything around you that you can see or feel, that was first invisible. It was an idea, and then it came forth. So the inside is so much bigger, you know, than the outside. So I think for me, the biggest experience when you asked that question was truly learning how to live from a place of I'm aware of my connection and my union with God, and I parent from that place.
Yeah.
I'm a husband from that place. I do this from that place, and so on and so on. Good times.
Inside out. That's our phrase. That's what we've come to conclude.
All right.
So anyways, this video is about that, how rich it's been, how beautiful it's been, just coming back to the basics and living in that way with our 3 girls, and how it's just been such a gift, such a gift on so many fronts.
Rich.
Anyways, thank you guys for being here with us.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
We've got some exciting things that we're going to be sharing in our next video. Be sure to like and subscribe. And we love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Peace.